We're so glad to have you here. At this time, please like, share, and follow us on all major platforms. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss us on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays at 5:30-ish p.m. Central Standard Time. As a disclaimer, we here at ASC do not own any of the rights to samplings, songs, or videos played during our broadcast. Also be aware of our adult content disclaimer. Please note that you must be 18 or older to watch or to participate in this podcast. We personally prefer 25 and older because sometimes you're just stupid. The topics and opinions discussed here are for entertainment purposes only. If they help you in some way, that's great. Be sure and leave us a review. If you don't like it, leave. If it hits too close to home, deal with it or leave. We said what we said. Now that all in hearts and minds are clear, please enjoy our show.
Ladies, I'm here with all our ladies. Sierra.
Okay, so now what are you supposed to do, Z? Oops.
Hey, Crystal, how you doing, baby? Rashawn, how you doing? Mercedes.
Hey.
Howdy.
Hello, Tanya. How you doing? Welcome to the show today. Miss Arbor, how are you doing?
I'm here. How are you?
We're praying for your headache today.
Welcome.
Thank you.
If you're on here now and you're watching, please like, follow, and share us on ASC Love Remix. It is Wednesday, hump day in the middle of the week. Anybody got anything exciting going on so far?
No.
Y'all do know that on Saturday, our girl Beverly will be 45. Y'all hear me? She'll be 45. Do y'all hear me?
45. Do you understand what I'm saying? Shoulders.
Get it, girl.
So y'all know, man, we gotta try to go out somewhere on Saturday evening. We trying to work out the details now. We'll let y'all know, man. We trying to go kick it somewhere on Saturday evening for Beverly's birthday. She'll be 40-ish. We ain't gonna tell her age on here, but she's 40-ish. She's 45. Just know that. Just know that.
49. I like that. I got a nice
Just in case we got a daddy that's watching, 45 is, in my prime. I'm still going.
You said if somebody's daddy's watching?
Yeah, just in case somebody's daddy watching.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
if any of y'all daddies out there single, y'all heard where we said single, that means they one individual. They don't come with her or anybody hers or anybody extra. If they single, Miss Beverly is 40 and fine this Saturday, and she's looking for her boo. I'm just letting y'all know she's looking for a boo. But trust me, don't be no ugly motherfucker. Don't be broke. Don't have no wife. Don't have no attachments. Don't have no little kids, which also rolls us right into our section, which is dating with kids today. And fuck them kids. Let's start that off right off the bat. I'm gonna tell y'all straight out the bat, fuck them kids before we get started. Dating with kids. The young lady wrote into this. She said it's difficult for her to date with kids because she has kids between the age of 2 and 18.
Oh shit.
And she said that it's hard because she has to devote so much time to her two youngest ones, which is 2 and 7, and her two older ones, which is 16 and 18. They're kind of self-sufficient, but they also come with kind of like an attitude. So she says she kind of find it hard to date while her kids are young and everything else. So I guess that's why we're bringing this topic up today. What is dating with kids like, and what are your acceptance with dating people with kids like? We want to cover the whole aspect for this lady and get her to understand, because I don't know. I mean, I got kids. All my kids are grown. I got grandbabies, though. My grandbabies are now my kids. Just know that. Let's start with Beverly, because, she with the shits today.
And when you brought this subject to the forefront, like I had all sorts of kind of ideas bouncing all over the place. Have said before, I am not a woman who would prefer to date someone who has smaller children. Um, I'm ready to live life. I'm not a big kid person. I'm an animal person, but I'm not a huge kid person. And my kid is sitting right next to you. No offense to you, babe. I love you. um, I don't. I want to move around. My patience level is not where it used to be. So I'm very impatient. I tend to want to discipline somebody else's child, and without permission to discipline someone else's child, that frustrates and angers me when their behavior isn't in line of a disciplined child. Um, and then I don't want to deal with the baby mama drama. We were just talking that we have someone on our podcast where his baby mama gives him the hardest time to be able to visit with his kids. That's stressful on my relationship with him. Now he's dealing with drama, and that drama bleeds over into my relationship with him. And it's too much. It's just too much.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Now you know you got kids, so like you said, you have children. So what? How do you feel about a man when he dates you with children? I mean, do you think that your kids can be an inconvenience for him in any shape, form, or fashion?
No, I've dated with children before. First off, let me just say I have three children, two adult children who are not adults in regards to financial responsibility, but they have a father. I also have a 14-year-old who has an active father. So when I decide to date someone, I'm not looking for a man to father my children. He doesn't have to come in with the mindset of, I've got to take care of these kids with this woman. All three of my children have fathers. They have active fathers. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect for him to do any move around or try to figure it out. I know how to balance my life with my dude and my kids.
So you say you know how to balance life with your dude and your kids.
Absolutely. My children love me, by the way, and there's no question about me loving them. All three of them know my mother loves me.
How do
She's
you do
got
when
me.
it comes? How do you do when it comes respect level to the person that you're dating? When it comes to your kids.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The men that I have dated have met Braylon maybe once or twice. By the time they've met him once or twice, my son sees bullshit and he calls it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, could him calling bullshit be wrong sometime? And you know, you pass up on a good man because he called bullshit.
He's never been wrong.
Okay.
I've been. I've been wrong. He has never been wrong.
Okay.
Um, and I don't, he's not, my children are not those type of people. They're extensions of me. They're loving and caring people when you love and care. If they see something wrong, whether you're my dude or just a nigga on the street walking down the street, you can be my friend girl. If they see that you're not being fair to me, you're going to see a different side of them. So as long as he's good to me, he will never have a problem. And that's including with the one sitting next to you, that 14-year-old does the same thing. He respects those that respect me. And the moment that he sees that they're out of line, you have to deal with him.
Um, why do you believe I mean, every man that has kids, younger kids, don't always come with drama. Though.
Mm, I just don't want to chance it. It's not just the drama though. It's having the kid in itself. You walking around with a 7-year-old who's hollering and screaming and is not disciplined. They walking around like they autistic. I mean, for example, if I had to date someone, it would be Mercedes' son would have to be their son. He's still a kid. He is fun, but he knows when she looks at him and says, "Go sit your butt down," he goes, "Sit down." She still gives him
Okay.
quality time. He's not begging for quality time. And how old is Mercedes' son? Like 7 or 8?
He's 8.
8.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. You said something. So I mean, if you're dating a man and you said your kids are adults as far as age, but not financial responsibility, do you not see that being a problem when you start dating someone and getting serious? Because I mean, y'all are as one, and you're still. So I mean, with that being said, I mean, your kids are no different. You're still supporting them financially, so that is a burden. That is a problem that can come up in the curve.
In the dating scene, it shouldn't be a problem because I'm not going to take care of no more men. My money is not going towards any more men.
No, it don't have to be going towards them. If y'all building something together, I mean, if you're shelling out for adult kids, he might feel a certain way about it.
We're dating. My money will never go
Getting
into his
serious, if you're
pocket.
dating and getting serious, yes.
We're dating. Now, if I become married, my children will have to become independent. And hopefully they're moving in that direction now. If I'm dating him, we're he's not my husband. I can do what I want to do with my money.
Okay. I can understand that. Chrissy said, I prefer no younger kids. My baby's 20 and I'm ready for live life. But that's not a deal breaker because I do have grandchildren. Tanya said facts. Um, I don't see nothing wrong with the way with your standards. I don't see nothing wrong with you not wanting to date me and with younger children. I understand where you're coming from. I mean, that's just not your cup of tea. So I mean, there's no reason to get you sip from a cup of tea that you don't sip from.
I'm not a kid woman, and it's gonna be a problem if he's. Oh, look at my baby! Come get my baby, pick my baby up. Whoop, do, and I'll be like, let me go pick up Clark right quick and put this baby down. I hold my cat before I hold a child. I'm not a baby. I'm not a kid person. I'm not. And I tell my kids all the time, I hope y'all don't have none thinking I'm gonna keep them. You on your own.
I understand. I mean, I know you, so yeah, you're right. You ain't a kid person. You don't like kids as much as everybody else like you, but you love the motherfucking cats.
I'll pick up my cat in a second.
Man, we gonna have to do a dating session on dating with cats. Because Mercedes got a cat, you got a cat. We got to do a dating session on dating with cats. Because I mean, we need to make sure everybody cool with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's one cat that y'all have that we all cool with, but them other cats y'all can keep.
And you know what? They all do their job. You just got to give them a chance. They all do their job.
Tanya said, "I'm not dealing with you if you have young kids, grandkids, yes." Um, Miss Mercedes,
Hey.
I hope I gave you enough time to think about this topic today when I send it to you. Dating with quick kids, what's your standards? Where you at with that, and how do you feel about it? And do you feel like with somebody dating you with your child, do you feel like um, it's a burden or it's some issues that you can see with it?
No, my child is an angel.
I
Um,
know. I know I can't even say it about it.
now my child listens to me. The only thing I can say about dating with kids, like while I have a preference, I also have a sense of reality. My preference is I typically don't like guys who have 2 or more kids. I actually prefer one with none. Um, but the reality side of dating is that a lot of men these days, especially in my age group, they have kids. So I date according to their situation. You gotta get a sense of what their situation is like because not every situation is the same. You got men out here that actually are good fathers and take care of their kids. They don't have any drama, and that's cool. But I can't fool with the ones that got a whole lot of drama attached to their situation because that's stressful.
Mm. But you have kids, and you said I mean, you said it's not a deal breaker, but I mean, you said you would prefer to. I mean, with you having kids, I mean, why would you not want like to bring a family together? Like him have a couple of young kids
Because
and
if
young
he
child.
don't, if he don't have no kids, there ain't really too much else I got to deal with except for him. Now, if he does have kids, the real reason why I actually don't like dating men with kids is because I would hate to form a bond with your kids and then, we don't work out. And like that's kind of more hurtful than anything. Like when you form a good bond with somebody and you've been in a relationship with them for a while and you form a bond with their kids and it's like, now we ain't working out and it's just like you got to separate from them too.
Yeah, you are right about that. I can't even argue about that. That's one of the hardest things. Like you date somebody for 2 years and then all of a sudden now the relationship is over and their kids, they're like, I really love this person. This person done treated me right. They treat me nice, and now you just broke up with them and now we don't have no relationship no more. That's how it normally
Yeah.
works, and it's sad. Christy said, "I love the kids. I just don't want to start over unless my future husband want kids. Then I will adjust at that time. But now, mm, I'm an auntie, G Mall. So your preference is you wouldn't want to, but if you said no more than two. Is there an age group? Is there age? Would you
Um,
preference? Let me
I'm
say that
fine
not
with
that group.
them. I'm fine with them being around like my son's age, but I found that the younger they are, the mother is usually still trying to get her family back together and she's just extra as hell. Usually when this baby is fresh, like 2 and under or, a toddler and under, it's still some feelings in the air. It's rare that you come across a guy that has a younger child and not dealing with the mother in some capacity outside of co-parenting.
So you just try to avoid the whole drama situation.
Yes, I prefer peace. I like
But
peace.
I will say one thing. I do notice that the women that have 8 kids that are 8 and up, they're a little bit more stable now. A lot of them do have a relationship with their child's father a little bit different than what they did when they was younger. And like you said, it is a lot less drama. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them because there's still some of them out there that's 30 years old acting like kids and above this acting like kids. But like I said, I do see what you're saying because like you say, the younger ones, the ones that got kids under 5, they're still causing drama in a lot of men's lives.
Very much so. It's difficult, but it's possible. You just gotta approach each situation kind of, ask questions, get clarity on stuff, see how it's going. I won't say that everybody's situation is the same because that's narrow minded, but you just gotta see for yourself. So I won't put any hard no's on anything. I just gotta see for myself.
And then there's that also that issue with like you said, your son is well disciplined. If you get with somebody and he don't really discipline his kids the way you do, now your son starts to act like his kids.
See, no, that's gonna be a problem for me because if you don't discipline your kids or they're not well behaved, that's a hard no for me because I don't want my son to start acting like that because I don't whoop other people's kids. I don't discipline other people's kids. I be willing to, but that's not my place. That's the child's parents' place. So seeing as how I can't be as hands-on with other people's kids as I can my own, I'll just have to separate myself from them.
See, and I think that's where dating. I think that's one of the biggest things, the drama that comes with it, and having to deal with the stuff like that right there. That's the I don't know. I haven't had to deal with it. I mean, I of course I was married for 22 years, and when I got with Chandra, she didn't have no kids. So we had our kids together. So I never had to actually date a woman with kids until now. And the women that I've dated now, most of them have older kids. So I don't. It's still not an issue. Younger kids aren't an issue either because I love kids. But the drama, mm, I don't know if I want the drama. I do agree with you on that. I don't know if I want the drama. If there's any drama behind it, like you said, you have to assess every situation for itself and see what's
Hmm.
behind it before. If you get into it and you date them for a couple of times and all of a sudden you see there's a lot of drama behind it, you have to weigh your scale if you want to deal with that. If you really want to deal with that with that headache that she's trying to put on that man or that headache that he's trying to put on that woman because it goes both ways.
Yeah, some bitches out here psychotic, and some niggas are too. I know a lot of times when I have dated, the first question out of person's mouth is, "Oh, what's your status with your baby daddy?" They always want to know, like, look, we hate each other. We do not like each other. So, and we haven't had sex since my son was conceived. So that's a non-factor.
See, and a lot of people ain't like, and a lot, it's not like that with a lot of them. So let's definitely put clarity on that. That's a rarity. So but a lot of them are still mess with their baby mamas. That's why there's a lot of drama, like you said.
Yeah, I know I do
A
act
lot
like
of
that because I
and a
know.
lot of them are still messing with their baby daddies too. So let me put clarity on that because I do know a lot of women that still, I got friends that's dating somebody, and I know their baby daddy, and I know their baby daddy still hitting it, but that ain't my business. But hey, you need to know it.
Some dudes, that's why some dudes act like that because a lot of dudes who ask them kind of questions, they still smashing their baby mama. So they figure if I can do it, somebody else baby daddy may be doing it to her. But that's one of them situations where you just got to move on faith and just kind of let time tell.
So dating you and you have kids. What comes with you with dating with your child? Is there a lot that comes with it?
No, I just need that person to treat my child with respect and show an interest in my child. Like if you ask me how's my day, ask about my kids sometimes. Show that you have an interest with being in my life long term. Other than that, and I don't let guys meet my child right off the bat. It's gonna take some time for me to assess you, see if you're not crazy first, and kind of feel you out before I let you see my child.
And I think that's a wise thing. A lot of women don't do that, but if you're out there listening, women, listen to what she just said. Take your time. Don't bring every guy around your children. Every guy's not meant to be your children. Every guy's not meant to have just because you got a relationship with that person don't mean your children supposed to have a relationship with that person.
Yeah, I don't think that women. This is my personal belief, and something the ex-boyfriend of mine told me that you shouldn't allow your kids, especially when you're raising young men, you shouldn't allow your son to see multiple men coming in and out of your life. It's not a good look for your son to see that behavior. If you want to do whatever you want to do, wait till your kids are asleep, or wait till they're gone for the weekend to go out and date and stuff. But I don't think that young men should be seeing their mothers, have just men revolving in and out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, coming from a background where my mom had me revolving in and out, it ain't a good look. I mean, it ain't a good look because I mean, there's a couple of things that come with it. It's one, you see your mama being free, but also you see men in and out of your house, and there's no stability there. There's no stability at all. So, like I said, don't bring everybody around them, but also when you pick somebody, make sure that you pick them wisely. Like you said, I mean, you just can't pick somebody that don't know how to deal with kids. You're not gonna go meet a man that don't know how to deal with kids and let them come around your 8 year old and he not know how to handle your 8 year old and your 8 year old an angel. He don't really give nobody no trouble, but to him he's a problem.
Right.
There's a
Exactly.
lot of men. There's a lot of women and men out there. I've seen it. I'd be like, dude, that baby, that child don't even do nothing but stay in the room, watch TV most of the time. Like, how's her child a problem? The problem is she has a child. Period. And you're not saying that.
Exactly.
You really should date a woman without children if that's how you feel. Dominique, this is my nephew. Hey nephew, you trying to be great, huh? And I'm ready to have a kid with a good hair like mine. I already know, nephew. I don't know if your mama ready to be a grandmother though. She's young in her 40s. You know how your mama is. Hey, she. I already know, Olivia, that if you out there, you ever watch. I know I don't encourage Dominique to have no kids, but go ahead, nephew, handle your business. So yours. Um, Sierra down there and all that orange and shit look like she working for like it's Halloween or something up in that motherfucker or something.
Yeah,
Look
look
like
like
you
I'm
work.
working for Whataburger. It's
You
okay.
do look like you work for Whataburger now that you said that. Can I get a number one with mayonnaise all the way, please, with cheese?
Sorry,
So
we're
how
out
do
of
you?
stock.
Well,
No.
you're not dating. You're not dating anymore. But when you were dating, what was your preference?
um, I honestly didn't have one. All I knew is that me and Zaire were a package deal, so whoever I dated had to accept Zaire as well as me. And they didn't necessarily meet her until we were like serious into the relationship, but they knew about her. Um,
Oh,
and if they had children, I never met their children unless we were serious either. So it's not like she would be able to get attached to them, like Mercedes was saying, or I could get attached to their children. So,
okay. She is getting older, Dominique. I see you commented and meat and bread on it. If cheese also, Tanya, you all right? If it's from Whataburger, it's plain and dry with cheese. You right? That's how I order my. That's how I order my cheeseburger.
I'm close.
Um, so so you really never date? Did you date men with kids though? I mean, you didn't. You said you didn't have a preference, but did you date men with kids?
I dated a few.
And what was that experience like? Was it drama? Or
No,
was it cool?
no, it was cool. It was smooth sailing. Whatever relationship they had with their moms, it was their kids' moms. It was separate. Like barely even knew she existed. But yeah, it was smooth sailing. I didn't have any drama.
Okay. So yours been pretty cool. So you had you definitely dated some, and you had a different experience than other people have.
Yes, but I just don't recommend you having your kids involved in a dating situation.
Tanya said hello, Rock. But we ain't said nothing to you since you came on, Rock. I'm sorry. She is right. We ain't none of us spoke to you. What's up, Rock?
Hello, Rock.
You on mute. You on mute, I think.
Oh man, I said man, fuck y'all.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. Man, we was deep in the topic, man, and getting into the meat and potatoes of this stuff, man. Dating with kids. So, Sierra, is there anything else you wanted to add to your part before I go on to Miss Arbor, and then I'm gonna let me and Rock speak on it. Miss
Nada.
Arbor, are you there? Miss Arbor,
You hear me?
I can hear you now. So, what's your dating preference?
Um, I have kids. I've always, I don't think I've ever dated anybody with no kids. Like,
What was those experiences like?
kids are my babies. So like, I don't mind accepting anybody else's kids. I had a great daddy experience, so I have high expectations of what I expect from anybody that's going to be in my life as far as the treatment of kids. So that was always a really big thing. I take that back. Isaiah's dad didn't have any kids, and we saw how that ended. So yeah, if you don't already have kids, I don't think I can hang with you. I've tried it. Got the T-shirt, got the kid. I'm not doing that shit again.
Debbie, you on mute. I'm sorry.
You're on mute, Bev.
I was unmuting because Berto wanted me to send you a message. He said, "Fuck you."
Tell him I love him too, man. That's my bro. I'm finna get back to Miss Arbor. Miss Arbor, Mandy Kirkland said it's hard to date someone with kids, especially if they treat their kids like they can't do no wrong, and your kids are
Um,
always in the wrong.
yeah.
Mm.
I have. I know my kids are angels to me, but I know my kids act up and have moments just like everybody else's kids. And if you're my friend, if you know me at all, I'm gonna treat your kids just like I treat mine, from loving on them just to all the way to ass whoopings. And if he don't like it, then him and his kids can move along.
So you're gonna discipline if you're dating somebody, you're gonna discipline them like they're yours.
If their kids are around me, and I mean, now there's levels of discipline because I don't want you to come in and be like, punching on my kids and stuff. There's levels to it, and that's stuff that we can grow into. But yeah, if you're a part of my family, if we're dating and I'm supposed to accept your kids, then Yeah, they're gonna get disciplined. If you don't like it, then you and your kids gotta go.
That's understandable. So you don't. So you don't. So you would prefer to date somebody with kids.
Yes, because I need you to already have some kind of understanding of raising children. Because I've got a teenager and a 6 year old. I need you to already understand what it's like being a parent, and the trials, tribulations, and struggles. I need you to already have your kids out of the way because I'm not having no more. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That tells part of the story too. You ain't having no more, so you better have something before you come in because you ain't getting no extras.
Right. Like if you don't like what I got, the two already, we're not doing no new ones. Not for me.
What if he came in with a new one, like a newborn?
It depends on the circumstances. I mean, shit happens. No, it's not that baby's fault.
So if you like the little baby, if it's an ugly little motherfucker, you ain't gonna fuck with it though.
I mean, it depends on how ugly. Like, is it something that the baby will grow out of? Like, what do your other kids look like? What your mom and them look like?
You know when the church ladies look at the baby and be like, "Oh, it's so adorable."
No, we
When they
say
say adorable, you already know your child ugly as fuck.
we say precious.
Yep, it's precious.
Precious, adorable. Either one of those, your child ugly as fuck. Period. I'm
It
just letting you
depends.
know.
It depends on what kind of ugly. Because I might talk about your kids, and then you be mad at me.
I think one of the biggest challenges is exactly what Mandy said earlier. One of the biggest challenges for me would be because I don't see no problem with if that's your baby daddy and y'all have problems, you can leave that shit over there. As long as he don't disrespect me, I ain't got no problems. But as far as the how we treat our kids, you know what I'm saying? I treat everybody kids the same. I treat everybody the same. So I expect you to treat my kids and my grandkids the same way. So I just don't understand that how you can like you said how she said your kids can do no wrong and my kids are always wrong. That's one of the biggest challenges I noticed with some of my friends who have kids that's trying to merge with somebody with kids is that they have two different parenting techniques, and it's like one of my friends, he believes in discipline, but his wife really don't believe in discipline like that. She don't like to whoop her kids. You know what I'm saying? And they still trying to make it work, but I'm like, it's a hard thing because that's one of y'all biggest arguments. Y'all continuously arguing about the fact that you want to whoop the hell out of her son the same way you whoop the hell out of yours because he be acting up, but she don't believe in that. And that right there, I feel like that right there tells that y'all don't. To me, I feel like them two people don't need to be together because y'all on two different level of playing field.
That's
Y'all
a
are
part of the
unequally
dating
yoked in
process.
that part
Why haven't you discussed parenting styles and the way that we're going to
because
continue raising
because he
your
started fucking her. He liked the pussy.
I don't care. I
I'm gonna be honest. I tell him all the time, you fell in love with the pussy, and now you put up with bullshit.
mm-mm. No, no, no.
Yeah, he put up a bullshit, Rock. I don't care what he say, put up a bullshit, because I'm gonna tell you what, your kid get too disrespectful, I'm gonna jaw his ass. Chastise the fuck out of him. He a boy, yeah, I'm gonna chastise the fuck out of him. You goddamn right. All my sons got punched in their goddamn chest. My daughters got backhand in their mouth. I'm not gonna let your child disrespect me though. That's what I'm not gonna do. I don't feel like nowhere in dating should we ever let our kids be disrespectful to the person we're dating, unless that person's being disrespectful to us. Let me explain that. Of course, our kids have the right to protect and defend us at all costs. But if that person is treating you right and doing everything else just because they want their way type shit, shouldn't be a reason to treat your mate any kind of way. Like if your mate don't let them go hang out because of course it's late and they're a teenager, they need to be able to respect that and not have issues with your mate, a continuing issue with your mate. Do you not agree? I ain't going to jail, Tanya. Crystal say now they say look at the baby's cute toes. If somebody looked at my child and they said look at the cute toes, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them because I know they call my child ugly. If that's the only thing that was cute on my child was their toes, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them for calling my child ugly because that's what they just did.
You better make sure your child ain't ugly.
Yeah, man, but you gotta call them cute or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
to a certain extent.
Or just
They
say,
don't come out look like.
"Oh." That's all you have to say.
Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
See, here go a fine example. Tanya said, "I'm not going to hit your child, so don't hit mine." And I totally agree to that, Tanya, to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're out in public and I got a 5-year-old and they're being a total brat, I expect you to whoop their ass and make them get in line. Period, point blank. Ain't none of that. Acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. I mean, I agree with you to a certain level, but there's certain levels of respect I'm going to take at the same time. You're right. I don't have to whoop your kids. I also don't got to fuck with you if you don't want me whooping your kids.
Which means you need
And
to
that's
do
an option that we have to
things
go down.
properly. That way somebody else don't have to come in and discipline.
Yeah. So, Arbor, men that date you, of course, they're dating a woman with kids. What do they get? Is there any backlash they get on your end?
My kids are not involved in my dating process 99% of the time. Um, Aiden has been through 2 relationships with me, and those were both of them lasted, 3-4 years. So he's only seen those two. He's never seen a temporary. I'm dating somebody for a few weeks, and he meets them, and they leave. You know what I mean? Like they don't see temporary. Um, Isaiah has met people that I've dated, but he doesn't know it. He just knows that I've got friends, and he's never seen me in a lovey-dovey compromising situation or anything of the nature to where he would be able to tell the difference between you and anybody else. I don't do that in front of him so that he doesn't feel some kind of way. Now, if we decide that we're on a path to a long-term relationship, then we'll start doing some family things and letting you get to know him personally. But my kids don't need to see a revolving door. They don't need to be in my business.
Yeah, you're right about that. Kids don't need to see a revolving door. That's not a good look. Man or woman. I mean, whether you like it, I mean, to a certain level. Crystal says she agreed with Arbor. Rob, are you still, Arbor, I'm sorry, are you finished yet, sweetheart?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Rob, waiting on you. You on mute. Once we get you all mute, we can talk. So, Rob, we talking about dating with kids today, man. Um, what's your preference? Do you have a problem dating a woman with kids?
Nope.
Yeah, most men. I don't know. Most of my friends, I know we don't. Why? Do you see issues coming with dating a woman with children?
I don't have no problem dating a woman with kids, but it ain't easy.
Why you say that?
I got kids, but I don't have kids with me, so I'm pretty much by myself, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Women have kids, they had kids with them, so it's an issue. You're dating them, you want to spend time with them, you're trying to get to know them, you got to maneuver around her life and her kids. You got to maneuver around how she treat her kids. You got to consider her history and that child's history as well. You know, as far as I don't know, maybe she's been through some shit. Maybe that child's been through some shit. You never really know. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to consider. If you're being serious with a woman, y'all spoke about discipline. I prefer a woman discipline her own damn kids. I shouldn't even have to say nothing to your child, to be honest, right? I mean, as far as discipline goes, you already know. Yeah, but that's a conversation you should have in the beginning when you start talking to women and start being serious with them. You know what I mean? How they parent, just their different views on things. Uh, and then before you really get serious, you definitely need to meet the child. so you can see in person how that child is and how that child behaves. You know, a couple times, how she interact with her own children, like in person. Like, you know what I mean? It's one thing to hear somebody say certain shit. You gotta actually see it, in my opinion. See them around other kids, other people's kids, you know, social settings and stuff like that. That's a thing that I like to do when I'm dating a woman or trying to get to know a woman with kids. I like to be in a social setting with them around other kids. You know what I'm saying?
See how they interact with them.
Yeah, off top. Parenting goes way further than your own damn children. You know, a lot of people like to focus in on their own kids, but you know, you won't treat your kids a certain way because they're yours. But if we out and I see you handling somebody else's child some kind of way because it's not yours, and talking some kind of way about that child because it's not yours, looking at that child some kind of way because it's not yours, I don't know if I can trust you around mine 24/7. That's just how I think.
Tanya said, "I love kids. I don't think you have to hit them. I don't think you always have to hit them, but I think I think that if you instill it in them early enough, you don't have to hit them later on in life. But the reality of it is, I'm not gonna sit up there and say a kid don't need to be knocked the shit out of.
Shit.
Listen, loving kids and hitting them, right? It's a difference between hitting them, beating them, abuse, and discipline. If you're correcting a fucked up action by that child, there's nothing wrong with giving them love. That's all that shit is. Shit is love. You love your child, you spank their ass, that's love. As long as you follow it up, as long as you're just not beating their ass for no goddamn reason. But again, I'm not one. I don't really care to put my hands on nobody else's child because people are weird. Women are weird. Women flip. They act certain ways about their kids and shit. You know, your kid just threw a motherfucking football and hit me in my goddamn eye. I really want to fuck this little motherfucker up, but you want to sit here and try to convince me he didn't do it. And I sat here and I looked at this motherfucker grin before he let this football go. I know he did it on purpose.
Little motherfucker.
Little motherfucker. This is a true story. This is a true story. This shit actually happened to me. I looked at the little motherfucker, cocked his football back, started grinning. And before I can get my hands up, the bitch had hit me in the eye. I want to fuck the kid up, but I'm here to, he was just playing with you and all that shit. Can't deal with shit like that, man. Kids,
Tanya said, I've never had to hit my grandkids. I talked to them. And hey, Monique, she said, hey, peeps, and she agreed with Rob. Welcome back, Monique.
Hey, Monique. Hey, Tanya.
That shit works for some kids. It worked for some kids. Some kids don't need spankings. Some kids do. We're not gonna act like everybody around here got great kids. If you got great kids, they well disciplined, and you teach their ass right, kudos to you. Hell, I feel like I got some goddamn great kids. My babies listen to shit. My older kids is all goddamn honor roll and 4.0, and my babies is, you know, reading on 2 grades up levels and shit. They're respectful, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like they don't need, you know what I'm saying, reinforcement sometimes.
All kids.
Rock, I beat the shit out of my 19-year-old all the time, and he's still bad. You know, sometimes whooping don't help, and he didn't do shit on on accident. I beat the shit out of him. He'll tell you I beat him.
But you got to.
I be beating Caesar ass. I beat kids.
I'll be honest with you, Miss Bell. At 18, 19 and shit, my dad had felt like he had to whoop my ass one time, and he had stopped. He stopped himself. He said, you know what? You're too old for me to be putting my hands on you. It's time for you to go.
I've been at the other end of that before, Rob. That hurt worse than the ass whooping, really.
You see, you shouldn't have to put your hands on no child that old. They too damn grown. Shit, they know they not children no more. They know right from wrong. They know what they mom and dad expected them. So at that point, you is there's no other way around it. You blatantly being disrespectful. Ain't no mistakes. and shit. You know what I expect you. I've been raising you for 19 motherfucking years. My dad told me it was time for me to go. Simple as that.
So with dating you, you have children, even though they're not there. Do you think do you think what comes with dating you with children?
Say that again.
What comes with dating you because you have children? What do you feel like comes with you? Is there any issues? Is there anything come with you with dating with your children?
I got issues. It ain't no woman's issue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of my baby mamas don't really care for me at the moment, but that's my problem. I mean, I get it. People be dealing with you. They kind of see you down and out about certain things and shit like that. But I ain't got like issues to where the woman got to worry about, no drama, no fighting, and no shit like that. She might get her name, you know what I'm saying? He called out her name or some shit uh, over the phone or something like that. That childish ass shit. That's only the biggest issues you want to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know how people act in these type situations.
Facts.
So a lot
Monique
of
says, since I don't have kids, I have to find a better way to discipline and communicate with kids that ain't mine. Just be careful who you choose to be with. That's what Tanya says.
I mean, we
So
can say that, but that's easier said than done. Like that's one. I know disrespect, but that one comment I hate. Like people say that shit. That's one comment get on my goddamn nerve. No disrespect, but you don't know who the fuck you dealing with all the goddamn time. Just do your best, right? And be ready
Yeah,
to
for
move
real.
on when you realize it doesn't align with who you are. You be as careful as you want to be. You never know what you're getting yourself into.
you know what? I was going to agree with you, Rock. That was one of the things me and Thomas talked about earlier when he presented the topic to me. It just depends on who it is. Like if I'm already in love with him and he has young kids, then I'm already in it. So I have in the past fell in love with a man who had three children. Two, he had baby mamas that had drama, and one of them, shit, became my bonus mama. Even after he and I didn't work out, I was still communicating with that mother and still seeing that child. So it's not something I haven't been through. I just choose not to do that anymore. The man becomes different when he's dealing with drama with his baby mama. He's not the same man that he would be if he was drama free.
I mean, nobody's the same when they're dealing with certain shit. It's gonna affect them. So if you notice he's not the same when he's going through that, what do you do as his woman that's going to, what I'm saying, support him through that? Like, you know, I'm trying
That
to
means
figure
I
like,
have to really like him. I have to be in love with him. I have to like him. If I'm just dating him and we're just getting to know each other, that'll run me away, right?
that's fine.
I
But you
have
might have, like you said, you got a 19-year-old son who you still have to whip his ass. And if a man's just dating you and he see you whipping your 19-year-old son ass and he just run away from you, just as long as you understanding that that situation ran him away, that's fine. I'm just saying everybody come with shit. You know what I mean? My thing is we look for all kind of reasons not to be with a motherfucker and run away. And sometimes, the little petty shit around people, like, does it change the person? Does it change that person who you met and what y'all talk about and what y'all want to do? Because everybody gonna go through shit. It may not happen in month 2, 3, 4, 5, but what if it happened in year two? You gonna leave in year 2 or year 3? Because the situation came up that has something to do with him and his kid's mama or her and her kid's daddy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I
I
don't
have
know,
to
man.
that point.
Everybody be looking for reasons to doubt or don't matter.
I have to agree with that point because when that with Isaiah's dad, he's never had kids, he never been married. And he's always been a great guy. He'd been a great guy, 15 years ago when he would help me out with my stepson when I was married to my first husband. Like, because I'd known him this whole time. He was a great guy when we were in high school. There was a different attitude when all of a sudden he became a full time dad. And, parts of him, traits of him, things from his upbringing came out that he had never experienced because he'd never been a dad before. So that's why I said I prefer not to date anybody who doesn't have kids because I need you to already know what it's about. Because having kids can suck. That's why we say fuck them kids.
Exactly.
But I mean,
Rock,
everybody, as far as like dating people and acting like you can know who they were, I'm sorry, I was in an abusive relationship and the abuse didn't start until years in. Do you think I would have gotten into it if, he came out swinging at the beginning? No. I mean, like literally years. It wasn't like it was, oh, a couple months went by and I started seeing stuff. It was years. So you have to adjust accordingly. You do the best you can and you be mindful of, your surroundings and situations and watch what happens. But you gotta live life. You can't be sheltered.
Aubrey, your head must really hurt because you sound so out of it.
My head is killing me.
Crystal said, I know that who I'm with, they have kids and grandkids, and therefore it's a package deal. And I'm good with that.
Hell, we know who you with. Y'all always come
Right?
as a package deal.
Show a package deal. Let me tell you something. She dead serious about this bullshit. What when I tell you she had them twins and they be G G G G G G G G like what ain't mine at? Gigi got them. Do you hear me?
Hey
Thomas probably
man,
can't even have a bachelor's party. He gonna bring Crystal.
there
Nigga.
you go with that bullshit. Mercedes.
Nigga, the point of a bachelor party is to be around the fellas. He gonna bring Crystal. Well, my baby knows who I am. She accepts me for who I am, so she could be here.
Fact.
I
Oh
can't
my
stand this
god.
motherfucker. I can't stand
But
Mercedes
what
Benz,
you
boy.
said
She ain't
too.
shit.
Oh, this is so cute. Tom is so
Yeah.
in love,
Exactly
y'all.
how he would say it too.
You gonna have a co-ed bachelor party, Thomas?
But she do know who I am. She know the person I am.
Well, me and
Thomas,
Crystal decided that we're gonna wear matching outfits and we're gonna
Thomas,
have
you
the
gonna have a
same bachelor
co-ed
party
bachelor party?
together.
It's a co-ed bachelorette and bachelorette.
It's a co-ed bachelor bachelorette
Right,
party.
No. Because I'll tell you right now, I ain't even going. I ain't going there like that.
If Crystal come, he ain't going.
Hey,
Rock ain't going.
Rock. I'm just letting you know, man. You and Suave is in charge of my bachelor party when it's time.
It
Oh
doesn't won't be
hell
co-ed.
no. You gonna end up
It,
single. Put
it
me in
won't be
charge of it.
co-ed. It won't be co-ed. And who can I trust? Shit. Who can I trust? Who can I trust?
You damn sure can't trust Swag. Swag gonna have hoes galore.
It ain't got nothing to do with
That's
Suave.
the purpose of a bachelor party, ain't it?
But
Um,
see, Swag gonna bring bougie hoes, like hoes that hoe a
no,
little bit.
listen. You doing too much.
That's good.
Arbor. I can trust Arbor and shit. I'm giving Arbor all the bail money for the night.
Oh,
For me
yeah.
and Suave at least.
Monique talking about ain't nothing wrong with a co-ed bachelor party. Monique, trust
There's
me, it is.
there's everything wrong with a co-ed bachelor party.
Yeah, co-ed bachelor damn party. That man finna be with this woman for the rest of his damn life. We not doing this shit tonight,
Nah,
nigga.
never in the history of niggerdom has there been a co-ed bachelor party. What the fuck?
As a matter of fact, when I get married this next time, I think I want my bachelor party to be in Vegas because everything happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That
No, it
joker
don't.
said, Crystal, let
Well,
me say
look,
this.
if I'm
She
holding
can
on
come
to
to my
somebody,
bachelor's
that means that I
party.
do get to come to Vegas. I'm not gonna go to the bachelor party events, but that means I at least have to come to Vegas so I can come and bail y'all out.
Shit, if I go
Oh
to
yeah,
Vegas, I'm going to
we gonna
Drake.
have you on standby, Arbor, always.
I mean, and I
I'm
did
gonna be at the
live.
casino.
Wait a minute, because you know what? It can be a semi-co-ed bachelorette party because I lived in Vegas, so I know some spots. I lived right across the street from where Rock used to
But it
live,
can't
so
be
like
co-ed because the
I can.
bride ain't gonna be there. It's only co-ed if the bride and the groom is there. It ain't co-ed
Listen,
because you there,
take
Arbor.
the
It's
co-ed
co-ed if
out
she
the
comes.
south. Ain't none of that shit going down. I don't want to see none of y'all. Thomas,
He
you won't see
said
her
he
for the
said
whole
Okay,
weekend.
make sure they ain't there, Rock.
You
You
won't see
got it.
her for the
You and
whole
Suave in charge
weekend.
of it, so we gonna make sure it
Listen,
happens.
listen.
I'm gonna invite Rico Strong because he
Nobody
live
care
in
about that
Vegas.
shit. Listen, Thomas. We gonna
Who
make
the
sure you
fuck
Mm-mm.
is
stay.
that?
It's
That's
a
a porn
porn star.
star.
Man, no, you ain't inviting no goddamn nigga to my goddamn motherfucking bachelor party. What the fuck?
You said it's co-ed.
Rock.
No, it ain't co-ed shit. Ain't nothing co-ed. We just said ain't nothing co-ed. No, hell no. When I have bachelor party, it's gonna be all. It's gonna be me and my homies, and a lot of strippers.
Rock. We gonna take him out to Nye County.
Huh?
So we gonna take him out to Nye County.
Nah, Thomas.
Crystal Arbor Mercedes is in charge of hers. She said so. Arbor Mercedes, y'all gotta plan her bachelorette party.
We ain't doing no strippers and shit like that, Thomas. It's gonna be real tight.
Monique talk about what we gonna do with them kids. Here we all gonna tell you one time, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
We gonna let your ass watch them since you so concerned with them and shit.
Yeah, you ain't got no kids. You already said you ain't got no kids. We're gonna drop them all off with Monique for the night.
You trying to watch them have a damn party.
And she's a school teacher, so
She gonna be like that baby. She gonna be like that babysitter off The Incredibles.
So we can drop them all.
See, she a school teacher. They gonna learn some shit while they over there too. So y'all ain't gotta even worry about it. They gonna get ready for college and all that shit over there fucking with her.
Here come Mr. Debauchery.
Yeah, we ain't doing
Mr. Debauchery.
Hey, Swab, I officially appointed you and Rock over my bachelor party when I get ready to have one, okay?
Say less.
You got me, right?
Say less.
Yeah,
say less. My boy got me. See what I'm saying?
Laid back, Thomas. It's gonna be real laid back. We ain't doing all that stripping shit, ratchet ass, throwing money ass shit, man.
None of that.
We are. I love strippers.
You're not invited.
I'm getting lap dances. I don't give a fuck.
I'm going.
No, you're not.
I'm basically a nigga. I just ain't got no dick.
This shit is, you know what?
I can't even see. Well, Swab, before I answer, I'm glad you chimed in, man. This is the perfect time for you to come in, actually, because you're a single man down here dating, and you don't have kids. And today we're talking about dating with kids. But you want 12. So let me ask you a question. Do you have a preference?
Nine.
Do you have a preference on the women that you date? In other words, do they kids or no kids with them?
None.
So you don't want them to have no kids when you start?
I don't do ready-made families.
You don't do ready-made? Is that the only reason why? Because you don't do ready-made? Is there any other reason why?
Yeah, everything we do from scratch around here, man. We don't do ready-made, quick mix, none of that. You got to cook it from scratch.
Hey, hold on. Do abortions count?
I can't stand
that.
It depends on how many.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, because if she had too many, it could affect her from having kids later on.
Exactly. And I don't want to fall in love with you, and then 5 years down the road, I find out you can't have no kids because I'm gonna be real rude
and divorce the fuck out of her.
Yeah. And
Crystal said, "Stop with the lies, fella. Y'all gonna have hoes swinging from the light pole."
Light pole.
Hold on, let me just make sure I understood what the question was. What you say?
What?
What you say about Suave having a woman with kids already? What you say?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ask him, did abortions count?
Yeah, so she don't got no kids, but she done had 3 abortions.
3?
Yeah, she had 3 abortions.
Was they all by the same dude? How many different dudes?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I just tell her, you ain't got no kids that's alive. You got 3 dead kids, so you dealing with other issues.
They dead. Who cares who they daddy is?
Man, when you lose somebody, people deal with death hard, man. You don't know how that woman dealing with that. I don't want to deal with it. One abortion is too many for me. I don't believe in abortions. So if a woman had an abortion, it would probably, I'm not gonna say it would definitely stop us from being in a relationship, but it definitely would make me think about that.
So what if y'all in love with a woman and her kids like start to act out and turn bad and shit?
We not in love and she got kids.
Motherfuckers out.
But what if
Put
they
the
younger?
motherfuckers out.
They can't.
They got a dad.
What if they younger?
They got a dad. They got a grandma. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would honestly.
If you don't want me to discipline your child the way I see fit, right? Because for me, that's what I say. You need to step to your child before I even raise my motherfucking head. If you know your child is acting out and acting unruly, before I even lift my head up, I need you to have already either got him and took him to the room and talked to him, or gotten on his ass. Because I have a hard time with a woman feeling like you're gonna come into her life, take care of her and her child, but yet allow this child to act any kind of fucking way towards you.
Well. Let me say this. As far as that goes, Mercedes, like I'm dating Crystal now, and when Crystal asked me to go get her son a haircut, I made her call her baby's father because, I mean, out of respect for a man, that's just how you do it when you come as a son. You don't just take their son, anybody get a haircut. That's just how men are. Some men are very particular like that. And because of that, we had a conversation after that, and he said, I respect the fact that you asked, but when they in your care, they're your kids too. So if they get out of line, whoop their ass. And I respect that because that's how I feel about, if mine were little, whoop their ass if you really had to. I tell Chris all the time, twins get out of line, pop their ass.
But it's a thin line too. We gotta. Maybe I think people don't like the way you say that, Thomas, because you're saying like whoop their ass. Because I'll be honest with you, I got babies and shit, and if any one of my babies call me and tell me a nigga like literally just whoop their ass, and then I'll be like, well, let me see what you talking about, and I see that they literally whoop their ass. Somebody, one of us, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna end well for one of us.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. He came to me like a man and told me, it's hey, well, they in your care, man. If they get out of line, check them and get them back in line.
But that Patron hit quick.
So Suave, you don't date women with kids.
Not seriously.
Not
that
seriously.
nigga got on the wait a minute, Thomas. That nigga got on the family portrait shirt right now. Every baby daddy took a picture in the Burberry shirt. Nigga, you ready?
He ready. That's how he get in there. He don't date them seriously. They don't know that. He come over there with the Family Guy shirt on and shit. He slide right. I like this nigga Suave, man.
Fucked up, Suave.
This nigga Suave is a whole. Hey.
That nigga got on the baby daddy t-shirt. Woo!
That's just my baby daddy.
Suave.
So Suave, you don't have kids, so there's no issues when it comes dating you with kids then on that issue. But we do know that you want 9 kids. So let me ask you a question. Do you reveal that to women when you first start dating them that you want 9 goddamn kids?
Yeah, I'm very upfront and honest about that.
You bet the fuck not.
I don't know a woman. I don't know too many women with a pussy that want 9 kids to come out of it.
Man, I'm kind of like a what you see is what you get kind of guy. So like I'm real. Hey, this is what it is.
Ladies,
Suave is gonna be Suave.
And Suave don't believe in prenups, ladies. So if you have 9 kids, you on your own when y'all if y'all do separate. But bitch,
never on your own, cause like it's weird not to raise your kids. Like that's just weird.
Suave, let me tell you something. I
can't say that right now. But before I wouldn't raise my kids, you wouldn't be involved in our children's life before I wouldn't be. I just
Suave, if I give your ass 9 kids, we for life. I don't give a fuck if you trying to leave, you trying to date. I'm finna ruin your life. I will legit become the crazy baby mama. Ain't nobody gonna want to date your ass. So back home.
If you got 9 kids, Bob, you deserve to.
Nigga,
wait, no, what? No. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
no.
Bro, 9 kids, you pop 9 good ones in a nigga. Now she deserve that a little crazy, nigga. That's 9 motherfucking labels.
Look crazy. There's a difference.
Crazy.
Hey,
Lil Crazy was 3 kids. Crazy was 3 kids.
It's a difference between unconditional love and unconditional tolerance. I'm not gonna tolerate anything unconditionally. I love you, but.
So let me ask you something.
Monique says she's dealt with a lot of situations where people say whoop their kids and get out of line, but when it happens, the parents flip out.
Whoop the parents too.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, I ain't scared to line a damn nigga up.
Suave.
I get whooped, I'm okay.
If she spit out 9 kids, her stomach gonna look uncircumcised. You gonna deal with her having
if anybody was to have 9 for me, like if you want the BBLs and all that, like I'll pay for it. Whatever. I mean,
she don't have to have circumcision. She don't have to have circumcision because she had 9 kids. I know women that got 12 kids right now. My grandmother had 20 and all of them was natural births.
Yeah, we'll sit the headlights back where they belong, cut and tuck, whatever you need done. We'll do that.
Sold. sold. That nigga said he
Let me
paying for
tell
the
you
surgery.
something.
Sold.
Thomas, you crazy. I had 3. That nigga Ray stretched me out of control. I ain't never gonna have the same stomach I had before I got pregnant with him. This
Yeah, but you had a
uncircumcised
C-section.
belly.
Everybody don't have to have a C-section.
I didn't have no C-section. All these motherfuckers came out my pussy.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't like
Well, let
pregnancy.
me.
That shit ghetto.
That's why that motherfucker only goes 6 scoops out of order.
I'm done.
Monique said I've been close swabbed to fighting family members for whooping their kids.
Yeah, I
Shit,
will
that
fight you.
kid.
If you could look,
That
here's my whole thing about it. And I done bumped heads with some of my family members about the way I discipline their children. Look here, if you got a problem, if you're gonna have a problem with any way I choose to discipline them, but don't leave them with me. But if they are with me, I'm going to discipline them, and I'm unapologetic about it because I'm not going to abuse anybody. But yeah, you gonna act right when you're around me. Outside of that, we're gonna have a ball, but you gonna act right. Like you
Well,
ain't just gonna lose your
let me
mind.
clarify that, Monique. First off, if you family of mine, I'm gonna whoop your child anyway. I don't give a fuck.
If
Fight,
we
come with me.
friends, we could be strangers. If you leave your
Now,
kid
I
with
don't whoop
me and they
all
get
my
out of
friends'
pocket,
kids. Let me explain to you what I do. If I keep your child, they out of line, they disrespectful and shit, I'm gonna let you know about it. But next time you ask me to watch them, I'm not watching that little motherfucker. The
shit, I
fuck do you
can't
mean? I got
cuss.
a choice. See, there's a choice I can make where I ain't gotta watch that motherfucker no goddamn more. And that's what the choice I make it. My grandkids, I gotta put up with them. They mine for life. But anybody else kids, I don't. But the reality of it is, when I date with somebody, I don't care if they have kids or not, because I love kids. But I think it really goes down to how you parent, really.
I came
If you
close to
don't,
whooping Suave dog ass. That motherfucker is boy. That motherfucker spoiled as fuck.
Arbor don't whoop his dog ass.
as she
No,
should.
Nigga,
I didn't.
that dog got an attitude problem. That motherfucker come in here and fall the fuck out. Like what the
Do
fuck?
not
You
freaking
are a
whoop
dog.
him. Don't
I'll be
whoop
wanting
Titan.
to.
You
I
better.
don't
And then
have a
Shit.
Don't
whoop
whoop
If
him.
you
I
Titan.
just
smart.
he
put
over
him back
here
in the cage and I
he
put him
over
in
here
timeout.
growling at my cat and shit. My cat's like, nigga, first of all, this is my house, bitch.
I,
What are you doing? Him and my dog is over here having a standoff. The dog was like, "Rrr." I'm like, stop growling at my cat, nigga. You the visitor. And then Titan bougie ass is like, wait a minute. Well, I like her, so I'm gonna lay across her. And what, nigga? And my cat over there just like, okay, bitch, cross your threshold if you want to. Like, it was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious.
To see animals fight. Ain't that some shit?
Boy, shit funny as fuck.
Um,
Badass dog.
but I mean, think about it. I mean, if you got with somebody, Mercedes, and if you got with somebody and their parenting skills was right, then that means their kids are disciplined and everything is right. But if their parenting skills are different than yours, their kids are going to be different. You're probably not going to mix with that at all, period, because you're going to see it right off the bat.
I use the reward and bribe system. Like, I will ask kids to act right, and then I'll say, well, we can do this if y'all act right. I choose to go the reward route first because kids will tend to act right when you present them with something that they want to do. And then
That's
the bribe system is, well, I'm gonna call you daddy. And I will. I'm gonna call you daddy. No, don't call me daddy. Okay, well then y'all gotta do this. You know? With younger kids it's easy to do that. With older kids, you have to more so relate to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
yeah.
get it that, I'm not your mom. I understand that. I'm not trying to be your mom, but let's work in conjunction because I'm gonna be here for a while. So let's figure out some system that where we can respect each other and communicate effectively.
Yeah.
You gotta relate to older kids more. But with kids you just use the bribe and reward system.
let me tell y'all a true story. So, same example that I was just telling you about. The guy was dating who I had his kid all the time. So, on my watch during the summer, he was at my house. He was with my older son, who's now 19, but no, he's 20. But at the time, I think my son was like 15 and his son was 12. So they were wrestling in the living room, and Malik fell down on his hand and broke that motherfucker. The conversation to call his dad, I called his mom first because I had a better relationship with her, but to tell his dad that okay, his hand was broke while he's over here with me roughhousing, Like that conversation wasn't a nice conversation. Like the mom like walked me through it. I took him to the emergency room. He had emergency surgery. He had, his dad didn't take it so well at all. He didn't take it good at all. So,
Monique
man,
says she leaves the discipline to the man in the dating, not in the baby mama, because she don't have no kids. Um, I'm gonna tell you something that Rock said earlier that I don't think, I don't know if any of y'all look at, but I look at also. I look at also, like he said, when you're dating a woman that has kids, you gotta remember there's a story behind them people. Meaning they've been through something, and you have to deal. Sometimes you have to deal with. You have to walk it. You have to tiptoe around it, and something. I mean, there's a lot of things you have to go through when you're dating out here. If you're dating a woman that's been through an abusive relationship or something like that, and her kids done seen it and dealt with it, you have to handle that relationship different than you would have just any normal one that's been through a normal relationship that's built out
Well,
of love.
you know what? I don't even have to discipline kids when I deal with women with kids because I fuck with kids. I talk to them. I interact with them. I get to know kids on their level and shit. That's what people be going wrong with shit. You know them damn kids. You know how they move, what they like, how to talk to them. Is they sensitive or not? How you can talk to them and shit when they feel it first. It ain't hard. It don't even take long. It take 5, 6, 10, 15 minutes every time you see them, just to have a quick little conversation, talk about some shit, hang out with them.
Yeah, because this nigga over here got my son saying Big Cap Records.
Monique said some, and same with me, and especially if the women he has dated are toxic and insecure.
Hmm?
I let my
She said what I was saying when I was saying a woman and her child been through some things. She said the same thing with a man that's got children that's been through some things. That if he's dated a woman that's toxic, insecure, he's been through some things. You have to handle them differently.
Yeah, that's rare. That's rare. That ain't even worth talking about. It don't happen that much. Single man and chick. Very rare.
my son is a very good judge of character. So he don't click with you if he don't vibe with you. You probably not good. You probably not a good dude.
Well, let me tell you something. They've always told us back in the days that old folks and kids they gonna tell the truth, and they know good people. They know good spirits. They know good people that got good heart. They can tell it right off the bat. If a child tell you, man, I don't fuck with that person, man, listen to that damn child. Especially if they don't really know the person. If they pick it up right off the bat, I normally listen to kids if they pull away from a person they first meet, I'll be like, man, there's some about that person, whether you like it or not.
It depends on the child. Because some of these niggas, some of y'all, some people out here got some fucked up ass children, won't never admit it because they fucked up too. And they think the way they child act is okay. Like, for example, if you got a 4-year-old girl out here that hears WAP, and as soon as she hear WAP, her goddamn forehead hit the floor and her Buddha in the air twerking and shit, you gotta look, that child ain't right. And the mama ain't gonna be right either. You gotta look at shit like that. How that child act. If the child is too goddamn grown, you gotta be careful with situations like that, right? Because some of these motherfucking children, some little lying motherfuckers, some manipulative, lying, bad motherfuckers. And you can never tell a woman that she got a badass child. You can't.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
hard. It's hard to blend families.
Love like them.
It's hard.
And I will agree.
I
Well,
dated,
y'all,
I
we
dated
definitely.
actually, my kid's mama had an older daughter who used to call me cute all the time. It would pinch me on my side. It's the most uncomfortable shit in the world. Get your fucking daughter, man. She too young to be touching my side talking about you cute.
Oh,
Hell no.
That's the
I
main
say shit
reason
all
I
the
left that
time.
whole situation. I'm uncomfortable. But
but
she
you
didn't
are
see nothing
cute.
wrong with it.
Maybe that was a compliment. You kind of handsome.
I did
I get
something
very
right
much
if
handsome in
Bob
my life.
like him.
I don't want no damn nobody's child touching me on my side, talking that shit. You need to have a talk with your daughter.
We definitely been hanging with y'all for the last hour and 15 minutes, but we are to our final thoughts today. So we're gonna start at the bottom left Rashawn.
I got $30. Anybody coming over here want to clean this place up for me?
Okay.
$30.
Mercedes Benz.
It ain't no Christmas.
Drop your Addy, Rock.
Who the hell making $30 an hour? Raise your hand right now. Hey,
I make more than that.
I got something special for you. No, don't worry about it. $30. You can get all this shit.
I said I was coming. Drop your Addy. I was gonna come and clean the baseboards at Swab House, but he never did tell me what day to come. I mean, that's your
Beverly
fault.
hey, I'm gonna tell you now. Beverly is a cleaning motherfucker.
I think if I remember correctly, you was having car troubles around that time, but like I already had a housekeeper come through, so I ain't gonna, I ain't no sit up and wait person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna have to look, Miss Beverly. We got to set something up because I get tired of doing this shit on my own, right? I'm just gonna leave you a key, and you come, and I'm gonna cash out you when you leave.
I'm on my way. Drop your
All
Addy.
right. So, Miss Beverly, what is your final thoughts for the day?
To each his own in regards to dating with children. It's just not my preference. I, because I'm single, I don't want to move in a desperate like, because that's what I've been doing out of desperation. I don't want to move into a relationship where I got to get to know you and then deal with possible drama with being a parent to a younger child. Especially, me knowing that's not something that I prefer and something I would have patience in. I mean, I wish everybody love, and I don't hate kids. Let me just say that I don't hate kids. I love kids. I live with
No, she
children.
really do mean no. When she say fuck them kids, she mean it for real.
I mean it with my own. I start with my own. I tase mine. CPS don't come get me. He 20.
Miss Beverly, you can't say all that online because you done tase both your kids.
Hold on, I get it, Miss Beverly. How old are you, Miss Beverly?
I'm 44.
44.
And CPS knocking at the door right now.
When I hit 45, if I'm still single at 45, I don't want no woman with no kids past 45. It got to be about me and you at this point. Me and
Absolutely.
you. That's it.
That's where I am. That's where I am, right? That's where I'm ready to live life. I'm
That
done
ain't where
with
you at.
raising babies.
No, don't say that because that means you totally agree with what Rock said and you ain't giving nobody no more kids. So Rock said between me and him and that woman, you ain't gonna get with no man and give no man no kids.
I'm not giving no. He can have 6 cats. He can come in and we don't love on our cats. You see how
No. Time out.
Mercedes be loving on her cats. That's what I'm doing.
Time out. I don't know what fucking math you've been doing lately, but last time I checked, you on 4 cats.
I have 6.
No,
You called my damn cat a dog the last show. They're not your dogs. They're not your dogs.
That's my dog cats. That's my dog cats. Y'all better leave them the fuck alone. They ain't going nowhere.
No, listen. 45, Thomas, I don't want no kids. You have to have them before that. If I hit 45, I'm still single. I don't want no more kids, and I don't want nobody with no kids. It's gonna have to be about us at that point.
Swab. What you got to say on final thoughts?
You're on mute, dear.
You're on mute like hell.
Hey, am I last?
No, you ain't the last.
Okay, I'm gonna go last.
Yeah, guess what? The last. There you go.
All right, Mercedes, go ahead.
Fuck them kids. I'm on birth control.
Amen.
Already. Damn. Miss Harvard, what you got to say to people?
I second that. Fuck them kids. Yeah, come with your own kids or don't come at all. And if you do have kids, I'm going to discipline them. And if you don't like it, leave. We just don't do bruises and exaggerated punishment because you an asshole and you don't know how to handle your temper and your emotions. So know how to parent properly. Yeah. That's all.
Miss Sierra.
Yep. I don't know what to say. Let me think. Just try not to get your kids too involved when you're dating or in the dating stages.
Try not to get your kids too involved.
Yeah.
That is definitely a message that needs to be told. Anything else you got to say to him?
No.
Mr. Rock.
And what time you at? Tanya still on here?
Yeah, she down here somewhere. She down there.
Never mind. I ain't even. What's it? Don't worry about it.
So what's your final thoughts?
Yeah, look, my father thought would keep me fucked up around here.
What you drinking on?
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, you ain't supposed to drink on live no more. We already had those episodes. We already had that episode.
Hey, that was one for the books. That was one for the books, man.
So my final thoughts before Swab pop his head in here and finish us off. Say, man, I'll be honest. Date wisely. Get to know somebody before you introduce them to your kids. And before you get involved deeply, make sure you meet their kids and make sure you know their situation for what it really is, not for what they're telling you. Don't let somebody with kids eliminate you from a good situation too, though. Look inside that situation and look for it for what it is. You know, some people with all people with kids don't mean that they're bad. Don't always mean their situation is bad. But there are a lot of bad situations out here. So with that being said, know what you're dealing with. Know what you're getting into before you ever get into it. Before you fall in love, know what you're dealing with. So that way you know what you're going to put up with. That way you can get out before it's too late. That's all I got to say. Swab?
Hold on, folks, while I say something. I'm sorry. Listen, if you dating a woman that's going to put her children before y'all relationship, don't even fucking do it. Don't even fucking do it.
Wait a minute. Are we married?
Am I paying bills at your shit? Am I staying with you? Am I
You didn't
taking
say
care
all
of
that.
you, motherfucker?
Shit, my kids gonna come before you until we married. So I don't give a fuck what you
That's
talking about.
understandable if you paying your own shit. Once I start paying for the little motherfuckers to get haircuts, shoes, draws, I gotta pick them up, drop them off, ass shit, and we building towards being together and marriage is the goal. It needs to be about us and what we trying to do and put together for your kids. And
I don't
our
give a
kids.
damn what
together,
you
right?
do.
So
If we not married,
if we not on the same
my
page,
child comes first.
Hey, hold your tongue when I speak, please. Hold your tongue when I speak, please.
Eat some cock because nigga, fuck that.
Eat some what?
Eat some cock.
Eat some
cock.
what?
My child comes first until we're married.
Ass motherfucker, listen.
Eat some cock. My child comes
If
first
we ain't
before we
together
marry.
like that,
If
it is
we're
what
not
it is.
married, nigga, my child comes first.
Okay, so again, as I was saying, right? As I was saying, as far as rudely interrupted by this disrespectful ass fucking woman, right? Okay. Stay away from this woman too.
Oh shit. He said hold your tongue. He didn't say stick
Hold
it
your
out.
fucking tongue. That's another thing. If she can't hold her tongue, you better fucking run. Okay? It ain't no fucking point in that shit. But anyway, if y'all are building and trying to have something together, and it's not about y'all and what y'all building, because again, these kids ain't doing shit. Ain't doing shit. But if you got an answer to her about her kids all the goddamn time, and can't get no understanding about what this little bad motherfucker doing, man, don't even waste your time, bro. Don't even waste your time. You come on, my son said, you what the fuck? What? Nigga, no. I don't give a fuck what he said.
Damn. Just like that.
Answer to no woman about no goddamn kids, man.
This nigga think cause he pays some bills, he can dictate if he come first. Nigga,
It's not
please.
about really what I'm saying is, bro. First of all,
Absolutely.
I'm not
Absolutely.
answering to no woman about no fucking kids that ain't doing shit. She
Nigga,
got
I
my
was paying
damn
my
pocket
bills
in
before you
car.
got here. Just cause you
What?
pay the bills instead of me, don't mean you get to tell me when my child comes first or not. Got me fucked
Don't worry
up.
about it. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not trying to.
Mm-mm.
You got something in your cup, so that's why you probably acting all unruly and shit. Like you ain't got no motherfucking home training, inviting niggas to a cock and shit. So I
You
understand.
deserved it.
So go ahead, Schwab. I'm sorry, Schwab. It went a little bit too long and shit. And I'm sorry
Hey,
you had to witness this fucking woman, or what are you right now? Because you drinking and shit. This lady, right? Talk that way.
call her wino. Call her wino.
Fucking wino. You right.
There we go.
Stop
Shit.
that. Don't call her no damn wino. Ain't no freaking wino.
Wait, call her bull
Give me the
dagger.
cold and
Call
shit.
her bull
Talking
dagger.
about giving me the goddamn cold and shit. Don't invite me to your fucking
Yeah, she
cock.
did say she was a
Hey,
nigga
tell us
with
you
no
call her
dick.
bulldog.
Mercedes, Mercedes, that ain't funny.
Both of you niggas can eat some dick.
Why you been? I'm getting little. I don't want no problem.
You shut the fuck up, you instigating ass motherfucker. Sit your little baby daddy ass portrait the fuck back.
It's my turn though. It's my turn.
Eat a
That's
dick.
why I'm sitting up.
Go ahead. Go.
All
It's
right,
your turn.
fellas, I'm gonna make it real simple for you. I don't date none of them, but kids I ain't done. But make it easy for y'all that's a little lost in the situation. Lost in the sauce. If she has multiple children and she has never been married, you need to ask yourself that. Why is that? Depending on how old she is. I say if she 28 plus, multiple kids, never been married. Listen, Thomas, if you was walking down the street and you seen $100 bill just laying on the ground, you gonna jump to pick that motherfucker up, huh?
Goddamn right.
But you ain't gonna move quite as fast for that $100 bill. You ain't gonna move quite as fast if you seen a penny on the ground as you would is that $100 bill, would you?
Nope.
Heck, it might be covered in dirt and
I
scum,
don't
and you
even
gonna
pick
look
up.
at that penny like, I don't even want that. It's gonna make my pockets dirty.
I don't even pick up change. If
They
it's a quarter,
don't
I
even
want
pick up change. If it don't fold, I ain't finna hold. So yeah, like if ain't nobody picked it up yet and they got multiple kids, that's gonna tell that's a tip right there. And look, especially if she got multiple baby daddies. You mean tell me 3 men had a baby for you, ain't not one of them put a ring on it?
Hold on, Bob. But what if they just got maybe one?
If they got maybe one,
And they, up in that age range you gave. Is that
pop and
something
drop.
you consider that?
Pop and drop.
Right, stupid.
Like this nigga's wild, man.
This nigga stupid.
This nigga made me choke. He done made me choke, boy. Rock, why you walk off, bro?
I was listening.
Hey, y'all, man. So, Suave, anything else you got to say to him on the way out?
I'm with that.
Listen, fellas, and this is all I got to say. Why would you put that kind of pressure on yourself? Why in the heck am I finna go? And when I'm sorry, I can't hold it in no more. Why am I gonna go and date this woman that got these kids, and I gotta try and figure out how I'm gonna not discipline her kids, how I'm gonna make sure they act right, how I'm gonna cover their haircuts and still be treated like I'm that nigga, like, cause if her daddy was around and dating her and paying for her haircuts and all that, or his haircuts or whatever, putting Rets in her head, he gonna get treated like number one, but because it ain't come out my loins, then why I'm gonna put that pressure on myself when it's a fresh batch of college students that graduate every May and June, every year. It's a whole new batch of women out here every year. Why am I gonna put that kind of pressure on myself with somebody that's already up in age and probably setting their ways? Why would I do that? For what? It don't make sense. I don't have to. Ain't nobody putting a gun in my head and saying, hey, because you at this point in your life, you can only date women with children. No, sir. I got options. I ain't putting too much pressure on myself. Life is hard. Look, I got a new gray hair. I got a new gray hair right over here. I ain't putting no more stress on myself. You see, I ain't got no more room for stress. I ain't got no more room for it.
That's what happens when you have children. That was from Titan.
I can take it if it's from my children, but I ain't finna take it from your nappy kid. I ain't finna take it from your kids.
And y'all know the worst part about it is like
I come and kick it with your kid. Like we can be cool.
Y'all know the fucked up
play video games and stuff, play Legos, but they going back home with you.
Y'all know the fucked up part. Suave really do like get along with the kids like a motherfucker though. Like the kids.
Oh yeah, Suave love kids, man. I'm like a kid whisperer.
Man, see, I think you'll need to date somebody with some kids, Suave. I think that'll get you straight.
Scared straight, beyond scared straight. Kids edition.
So you went off mute for a purpose. What you go off mute for, Miss Aubrey?
Oh, I said Bob has my kid. Swab and my oldest. They the homies. They
Man, Aiden is a real one too. That's my guy.
I like that.
Hold up, Swab. Let me ask you a question though, on the honest truth. What if you met a woman that had a 14-year-old like Aubrey that was a cool ass kid and she was a damn good woman? Would you give her a look?
No.
A serious look, no.
I mean, she got all her shit together. I mean, her shit really is together. I mean, she really do that. Ain't no baby daddy drama.
Because you got a kid.
Yeah, but you get along with the kids. You like love the
that new pussy.
So guess what? You got a kid that's 14 years old. So guess what? For the last 14 years, you and this kid done got some ways that y'all set in that y'all not finna change for my black butt. So no. Because when I come into a home, I'm the king of the castle. And my word is law. So it's either my way or the highway. So no. Because if you're gonna feel like, nah, this is what we've been doing, this is how we do, you ain't finna change that, I'm cool on you. Like, so there's no in-betweens with me in certain things. So like, no, I'm not even gonna play myself.
If you got kids, you still pursue a Suave, that means you're gonna get fucked because that's what he do to him.
Hey y'all, I'm finna head out. Y'all have a good night.
You too, girl. So y'all heard it here. Suave don't date women with kids, and if he do date you, he do a pop and drop.
Not just no. You can be a really good cool person, and we can have a lifelong friendship.
So you can pop up and drop it whenever you want to.
No, because we still be friends. You don't drop friends. You just be cool.
Drop friends.
But you stop by and drop off some dick.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a pop and drop.
No. The pop and drop is I'm gonna pop you and drop you. You'll never hear from me again.
Pop and drop. And
like when you eating and a piece of food drop on the ground and you like in the streets, like you just gotta leave that. Like you ain't picking that up. You know.
Not picking it up.
Yeah. But second road on the pie outside. That's on the inside.
But if it fall right here on your shirt, you can grab that one.
Throw that right back there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that piece. That's a good piece.
I'm just trying to get a grasp of things.
No, hey, man, when you shit with a woman and shit, you look like that. Don't value your friendship, but don't put too much into it when you feel like y'all can't sleep together from time to time because it's gonna fuck the friendship up. No, that's not true. You can sleep together from time to time because what you're doing as friends is you keeping each other safe, you keeping each other's body count down, especially you as the woman. You don't really want to be out here fucking with all these different men like that. So just get you a nice friend, hang out, tell us why, you know what I'm saying?
And Suave is available to be y'all friends right now. I'm just letting y'all know.
You leave me out for?
Oh, I ain't know if you're single or if you're in a relationship no more.
I don't know. You about to leave me out? The fuck?
Oh, okay. Well, Rock out there too. Y'all heard him. He rock out with his cock out. He said he's there with you.
I'm thugging though. You know, really swallow.
I'm not here. I'm not here right now.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us for the last hour and 35 minutes, man. But we out this motherfucker.
Everybody want a bad girl, where the good ones at? Where the good ones at? Everybody want a bad girl, where the good ones at? Where the good ones at? Everybody want a bad girl, where the good ones at? Where the good ones at? Everybody want a bad girl, where the good ones at? Where the good ones at?
I'll even go to church with you. Sit on the front row, say amen, and dab to the choir. Pay an offering.